Good afternoon, everybody. We are now live on YouTube. Thunder, welcome. The music was on replay and I didn't realize that, so I had to figure out how to quickly stop it. Welcome, everyone. I've had a very busy day, and I just said to Thunder, I need a fix. I need my flight now. So I fixed all the issues from the last time, and I'm glad to report it was XP UIPC Plus, the new version of XP UIPC, that killed my startup of my X-Plane. Once I removed it, I've gone back to my old version. It's all good. And when I mentioned that here on Discord this morning, somebody said to me, oh yeah, Flydeck had the same issue. So yeah, I didn't know. And I figured it out on my own, and it's history now, so I don't really need XP UIPC. The only reason I really need it is for this information bar at the top. It's the only thing that uses it, so I couldn't care less if it actually updates. I was just obviously experimenting, and then it bit me a little bit, so there you have it. That is what the problem was. So now I'm going to redo that flight, and I said to Zibo, you know, I don't know if that was part of the reason and the problem why we lost the engine, the throttle controls in the last flight, but I'm going to do this flight and use it as a test flight and see if something happens again. Then, you know, he's very busy. He said to me he's very busy in the real world right now. He does not have time to look at it, but, you know, then he'll look at it, obviously, a little bit later on. So when he's got a chance. See, I just had a weather update. Just a quick one. A couple of guys asked me about the weather. What weather am I using? Because I'm clearly not using XEnviro, so I'll show you. Just get it on screen. Yeah. Let's be. There you go. Thunder, I'm going to stream here for you as well on Discord. Alright, so I'm currently using VisualXP, the latest version. There was a patch they brought out to actually get it working again. And the quirky thing with this is it's good and all, it's nice, but for some reason I couldn't get the current weather at Gatwick at all. No matter how many times I refreshed it until I selected NOAA over here. So the way I understand it is you shouldn't really use NOAA unless you really want to, because from what's the right word? Insinuation. You know, if you read between the lines, what they say to you is they've got a better source, basically. So NOAA is limited in their eyes or in their offering. That's the way I read what they say to me. But in this case, NOAA beats them. So anyway, that is where the weather comes from in sim right now. And the only way I could get the actual pressure to match, if you go to your map and you look at your actual pressure over here, the only way I could get it to actually match was to force NOAA. There, okay, see, now it's updated again. Right, and anyway, so you live and learn, all these little funny things. Spoke to the ex-Enviro developer. He's got one or two issues he's really battling to overcome for the next release, and he's doing well. I must say, I'm really impressed with some of the stuff I've seen. He's doing well, but it's going to take another few days, it seems. So if you're watching, sir, good luck. We're waiting for it. And in the interim, then this is obviously the one I'm going to use. This is Payware Gatwick, by the way. I actually can't even remember who it's from. In the old days, when I had more time, I used to know exactly who and where and what and all these things, but it's much of a muchness for me right now. So here we are. Let's get going. Thunder, summer is coming, eh?
It's on the way.
Our winter is coming. I can't say I'm looking forward to that.
No, absolutely.
We had a couple of weeks here of excruciatingly bad heat. It was warm, but in a different way. I said to my wife at one point in time, it's not normal heat, because you would have 37 degrees the one day, and you'd be okay. And then you would have 29 or 30, and you would want to die. It's like, huh? How does that work? You know, it's like this ambient temperature was completely different to what the meters were reading, you know. And it was very uncomfortable. And right now, I must be honest with you, in autumn, our autumn right now, this is lovely weather we're having right now. It's amazing.
Yeah, temperatures here are, you know, mild, but a lot of rain. This week it's all rain.
Okay. Yeah, I see here in the UK there's a lot of rain for this flight as well, eh? Just get my view right. Let's see our temperatures. Right, it can up a bit. Oops, you were right. Go back. 280 today. Oh my goodness, that's low. Is good.
Ground to flight deck, fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Hello, Krister. Yeah, all good, thank you. I'm stealing an hour quickly from work, an hour or two, just to do this flight. I had to get my fix quickly. So I'm also doing this flight online, streaming it, so in case we lose our throttles again, we can show Zibo, because he says he doesn't know why I lost my throttles in the last flight. And I sent him the details on my previous issue. This new XPUI PC was the reason I had all the trouble on Saturday morning. So don't know if that's part of it. He has not responded since my last message, but yeah, I sent all that through to him. So hopefully it's all over now, because I've gone back to the previous version of XPUI PC that always used to work, and it's still working. So now, how are you doing, Krister? Yeah, she's sitting here at one floor below me, and I'm pretty sure she can hear me speak to you guys, so she knows. We were talking earlier. I was running a huge project now for almost 2 months. And I said to her, one of the things that happened today is I concluded a lot of the stuff. In fact, I concluded everything before we move on to the next step. Now, I said to her, my words were, there's nothing more for me to do. I've done everything that I was supposed to do. And it's when I said that, I said, yeah, that means I can go fly now. We get to use ILA06 this time. We'll take the TLA, but we're going to modify it. Otherwise, we have to fly to Allengon and turn back. Oh, excellent. Solar panels. Yeah, wonderful. Wonderful. I had a chuckle earlier. I'm currently running off solar completely here. It's been devastating, the amount of power outages we've had. If it wasn't for solar, I don't know what I would have done there. And I'm still working on my water project, but that thing, every time you fix one thing, let me rather rephrase that. Every time I think I've won one of the obstacles, overcome one of the obstacles, there's another one. It's really working on my nerves, because if I can get the water going as well, yeah, that will be amazing. And I don't have to rely on council water the whole time. That's what I want. That's where we need to do that fix. So let's look at the charts. The charts tells us we need to go from ESCDO to TLA. Must have fixed it. Move that a little bit out of the way for you guys. X2, there is it, and then TLA, there we go. Yeah, and then we're going to go in on 06. Yep. Yeah, we've got 16 kilowatt of batteries available here, lithium ion stuff. Makes a huge difference, Christer. The only issue comes in when it's rainy, obviously. So when it's rainy, I'm gonna love it because it's gonna give me free water. But then I'm gonna have to go on council electricity, pay them again until there's sunshine, and so the one should cancel the other one out. Somewhere we can have some saving. Yeah, 16 kilowatt. It's two systems combined into one that gives a total of 16 kilowatt. So that sounds like it's 8 kilowatts then worth of batteries. Yeah, excellent. Right, what next? Let me quickly see. We've done all that. Aircraft's busy loading. Let's go back to route perf. Copy. There we go. Request perfinet. Why so many panels, Christer? Why 16? Do you know the wattage of them? I'm just curious. You don't have to put it on here. You can send PM. Because my neighbor, I think he's got 12. My roof isn't big enough for it. So if I want to go full solar just on my own without help from next door, then it means I'm going to rather look at 600 or 650 watt panels, because I just don't have the roof space. So I'm going to have to go for stronger panels. Yeah, you're lucky. Cost reserves. Where's the reserves? Oh, that's an excellent idea to sell back. 2.1. Yeah, no, that's a good strategy for the investment as well, because your return on your investment is actually then profitable, very profitable.
Ready for pre-flight
Ah,
procedure.
that was stupid. Oh, I need to go and change it again. Got the wet runway. Let's go and see. I think I heard something. The volume is very low, so can't hear what was just said. Active. Yeah, we're on 100%. We're okay.
Ground to flight deck, the tug is driving up.
Trim up.
Excellent, excellent, Christer.
Trim down.
Come on. 149. Just had to check the parking brake there all of a sudden. I was wondering.
Okay, Captain, all doors and hatches are closed. We're ready to connect.
What is Linda doing with the trim?
She's supposed to set it, which she did. So there's a command here, Thunder, that I run that tells her to just set it for takeoff.
Oh, I know, but I still hear the sound of the trim wheel.
Still, okay, well, it's standing still, look.
Yeah, I saw that when you showed us. Okay.
Weird. You can still hear it, you say?
Yes.
Okay, let's do this.
Tug's connected and the bypass pin installed.
Did it stop? Did
Nope.
it stop? No, sorry.
No. She said trim up, and then she said trim down, and it hasn't stopped since.
Stupid. Okay, let's see. And now?
Oh, gone now.
Yeah, I just turned the volume down. It's obviously got stuck there.
Yeah, it was funny to hear her say trim up, and then all of a sudden she switched trim down, and then it started continuous sound.
She's a special girl, eh? What can we say?
She certainly is.
I want to be at 257, not 270. Do you have changed the interior of the 737-800? Because control panel... No, the only thing that will change that is a livery. Try a different livery. There was no change in anything in the cabin, eh? Or anything related to that. So try a different livery. Before start procedure.
Before start procedure.
I'm just switching the volume a little bit louder so I can...
Before start procedure complete. Ready for before start checklist.
commencing pushback. Clear to start engines in sequence.
Start number 2 engine.
Starting number 2 engine.
I don't know. No idea. Like I say, the only thing I can think of is livery. That the livery is doing something to it. I can't see anything else. Hello, Jacob. Welcome. The other thing is in X-Plane 11, try with Vulkan on and Vulkan off. Try the 2K version and the 4K version. Maybe there's a Zibo problem. I don't know, but I mean, I don't have X-Plane 11 on my system anymore, so I can't check it. You'll have to do the test and come back and say.
Starter cutout.
Start number 1 engine.
Starting number 1 engine.
Hello, Rob.
25 and 2.
Welcome. Right, cool, Krister, enjoy.
Complete set parking brake. We're disconnecting the tow. Stand by.
Starter cutout. Engine start procedure complete.
Before taxi procedure.
Before taxi procedure.
Yes, Linda. Yes.
Those disconnected, bypass pin has been removed. Hand
Before
signals to the
taxi
right.
procedure
We'll see you next
complete.
time. Have a safe flight. Cheerio.
I am ready for before taxi checklist. Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for takeoff. Ready for before taxi procedure.
Hey, UVP.
Taxi lights on. Horizontal stabilizer trimmer not set for takeoff.
Oh, you got confused, right. Oh, no, I changed it, sorry. Yes, remember? We tried to stop the noise. So let's tell it to do it again. Commands.
Trim down.
Before takeoff procedure.
Before takeoff procedure. Before takeoff procedure complete. Ready for before takeoff checklist.
No, we've got green light flaps 5 trim is set, so we're okay. Good morning, Chase.
Stabilized.
approaching 26 left.
Runway 26 left confirm.
On runway 26 left.
Stabilized.
Come on. Toga.
Takeoff thrust set.
Well, I'm sure glad you could join us for a few minutes then on stream. Jason, you must have a lovely day, huh? Our day is almost over here.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
And gear up.
Acceleration altitude.
Nasty when that wind gets in under that wing. Yeah, look how it just rolls me.
Set.
Why? Ah. Okay. There's something it does not like. Maybe it's trim or something. I don't know. From the beginning, the trim in this flight has been wonky, huh? There we go. Yeah, it was the trim. I just had to trim it a little bit.
Checklist.
Jacob, yeah, once 12.1 is released, Zibo will release his fix for 12.1. So just be careful. You'll have to wait for that to be released. But I mean, he's got it long time already, so he's working on it. It should be fine. I don't know. It's under that trim was an issue from the beginning, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Weird. Hello, Mac.
Hello. To what do we owe this honor?
I worked too hard. I needed a break, huh? So I just said, stick it.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I'm going to take a break.
I see you found a potential throttles thing.
Yeah. Yeah, Chase, anything is possible. Yeah, Mac?
Did you question Zibo as to what the electrical issue was, or not?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't. He sent me a message. Oof, when was it? I can't even remember. I can look it up. It's not important. A couple of days ago. He said to me he's extremely busy in the real world. He can't look at something now, So I said, that's fine. I'll keep on testing. I'll report back and all.
But he's found time to contact our friend in
Gary,
Dublin.
Yeah.
Which is very nice to know.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all looking forward to 12.1. I just hope it lives up to our expectations. Because, I mean, there's a lot of expectations.
I think it's probably overhyped, as everything is these days. But it will be an improvement, there's no doubt about it. Whether it breaks anything is another matter.
I forgot to set my altitude. I think it's 991, my altimeter.
Really?
Yeah, I'm fast asleep. 981, oh my goodness. Poof, it's even worse.
Worse, yeah.
Yeah, it happens when you don't fly that much and you talk too much.
Oh, get out of touch. I'm very out of touch.
Jacob, I've seen some chatter, but I'm not going to disclose that on a live stream. We'll have to wait and see exactly what they give us and what the response would be. Okay, so I can't really say anything about that right now. UVP, VisualXP is a environmental / weather add-on. You buy it in different modules. I've got the ultimate that includes its own weather engine. Okay, so when you look at the screen right now, let me just try and move it to a more sensible place. You can actually read it. Okay. What it does is it gives me my weather, and it gives me all kinds of atmospheric changes, clouds, water, scenery stuff. Okay. The reason I'm using this is because I'm waiting on the new release for Xenviro. Okay, so this is just an interim solution. Instead of using Active Sky, I play around with this one. So in order of appearance, I prefer Xenviro, then Active Sky, then this one. I've bought into this one when it was released months and months ago. I can't even remember, and I hardly ever used it. This is like, I don't think I've ever used it like 10 times, you know. So I'm also experimenting with it, learning it, seeing where it goes to, comes from, all these things. And this morning I saw on their Facebook page they're actually bringing out a new version, or they're working on a new version which they'll bring out soon, you know. So it's pretty much in competition with Xenviro, you know, if I can summarize it in one sentence, you know. So some people will like this one, some people will like Xenviro, but you know, it's nice. It's more than just a weather engine, basically, because it will change the displays and all kinds of things in the environment. Tell you what, if you look at my X-Plane and you look at the changes I've made, the additions I've made, AutoOrtho, all the environmental stuff and all, I mean, you get a pretty nice picture. Okay, we can't see the AutoOrtho now, it's below us, but I mean, if you really spend the time, you can make your X-Plane look very nice. And you know, so I think a lot of the changes that 12.1 is going to bring is going to be with like the multitasking, multi-threading stuff, being able to do more at the same time, giving better performance kind of a thing. We'll have to see, you know. I don't think we're going to see 2020 kind of graphics yet, you know. That's still in the pipeline. It will still come. We'll see. Hello, Mark.
Those clouds look nice, Nico.
No, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. There is the also XP running at the bottom there. In actual fact, I wanna say something stupid. That isn't even Auto for XP. That's default X-Plane. So I'm thinking that scenery that we've got actually cut out the Auto for XP. You'll probably see there's AutoOrtho coming in. You know, because what these guys do is they put the fancy Ortho in with their scenery, but then the rest of the tile goes blank, and I think that's what's happened here. Because my auto also is very definitely running. We'll check it out as we continue. MFTC3, good afternoon. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Thank you, Sander. Hello, Peter. Yeah, Peter, that thing, I discussed it with Zibo. He said that he used the SDK to actually integrate it into the Zibomod, okay? Then Laminar went and changed something, and he actually gave me the version number where Laminar changed something, okay? And for some reason now, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And, you know, it's again that old story of chasing your tail. Okay, I think once Laminar is settled, Zibo can fix it proper. But, you know, there's no point in chasing your tail. The one day they switch something on, the next day they switch something off, and you've got to, you know, try and keep up with him. It's not no use trying to live like that. So just hang tight. Let's actually see if it works with us, because as far as I know, that function anyway only just works with default X-Plane weather. It doesn't work with add-ons. So let's quickly have a look. See, maybe it works now. I don't know. I don't think so. Anyway, request weather request. I'm doubtful it will work. No, it's not your side. No, there's much more to it. See, no weather data. Yeah, that function really is just made to work with the default real weather.
There are a number of other ways of getting
Yeah, of course. Don't want to fall out the sky there.
The person who asked the question.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's fine. Where else do we get it? How do we get it in ABEVI? Because I don't use this thing. Do we go to airports? Yeah, we can get it there, but hold on. Yeah, in what's his name? EGKK. Don't we get it here as well? Oh, yeah, I see no weather information available. Same story with ABEVI. Mac, let me put that Navigraph on the screen here. See, this is the, sorry, you guys in Discord are not going to see it, but I'm showing the Navigraph quickly. So in here, it's easy enough to just click on the weather information and there it gives it to you. You know, you can search it. There's many different ways of getting it. You shouldn't be reliant just on one. But I get the issue where, you know, people want it in the aircraft, and unfortunately it's just not that easy to get it. Why are we not climbing? Do we have another restriction? Oh, there's Lamb ahead of us. Yeah, but that is the last restriction, is at Lamborn. Okay. Made me think about there. And the interesting thing here is it's an altitude restriction, so we cannot go to standard yet, even though 6,000 is your transition altitude. You have to stay there. And once we pass LAM, we'll be okay. Let's go to data. Let's see, you can see 6,000 restriction. And there we climb, and now we can get to standard.
Is this your X-Plane installation you had problems with the other day, Nico?
Yes,
or not?
Mark, yes.
So it is sorted.
Yeah, it was XP UIPC Plus, the new version of XP UIPC
Okay.
that prevented the system to load.
Okay.
Once I took it out, everything was fine. I just put my old XP UIPC back, problem solved. Apparently, flight deck is the same.
Yeah.
The only reason I need XP UIPC is because of this display at the top, this information display. That's part of my overlay. That thing needs XP UIPC. Other than that, I don't even need it. So, in my mind, I don't even have to update it. I can continue in ad infinitum with the one I've got. It works. It's all I need it for. I don't use it for cockpit building and data revs or anything else, you know. This is hypnotizing me. Better not watch that too long. I'll fall asleep. Okay, Thunder. I just finished my coffee. Oh yeah, that's nice, Chase. That's really nice. And there we've climbed out above the clouds. Welcome back, Krister. I'm gonna say something really stupid because I was stupid, I have to confess. I think this is what I did. As part of my troubleshooting, I actually disabled Auto4XP in X-Organizer. That's not Auto4XP down there, that's just default X-Plane. So I think I might have missed that. Need to go and switch it back on. I think, I'm not sure, but I'll have to check. Damn it. Strange. We'll see when we get closer and have a better view. It might still be, as I said earlier, we'll see. I'm just speculating now. Because according to my folder in X-Plane, AutoOrtho should be running. AutoOrtho, maybe that's it. How do you take a flight, and now I can't read there, hold on. A flight pic of the scenery. In default X-Plane, I think it's shift and spacebar, Mac? Yeah, shift and, or it's just spacebar, I don't know, it's one of those. I mean, you can, I might have changed mine, that's why I'm not 100% correct now, maybe. Okay, take a screenshot there. Shift and space. This is what I've got. Go check. Just search on screenshot and then go check. The control... what's that? The screenshot. That's the one that you want. Shift and space. That's what I use to take my screenshots. And then, obviously, wherever you point your camera, it's going to take the screenshot. Yeah, it's probably AutoOrtho then. We'll see a bit later in the flight, but it's possible. We just chase. For me personally, it's first of all AutoOrtho. That changes the whole idea. I mean, that puts you almost chasing 2020 because you get all your satellite imaging as you fly. Okay. Second thing for me is Xenviro. This little add-on is not bad. I must be honest with you. This little add-on is seriously nice when it comes to making things look better. Okay, and you've got presets and stuff, so you can actually go on the org and you can find presets and you can change things around. So I'm not sure you're going to see much of any change now. You can see, look, it gives different coloring and stuff, but basically I prefer this one, more lifelike, more real. Okay, you can change the clouds, for instance. Let's play around with the clouds here. So there's one version of the clouds, there's a different version of the clouds, there's a different version of the clouds. So you can change the depiction. For some reason I like that one. You can change the atmosphere. So I'm on number 4, so we can go to, there's number 1, there's number 2, there's 3. You can, and I mean, all these sliders is what is used to create the presets, you see. I can't remember which one I was on. I think I was on 4, right?
That's what you said.
Yeah. Right, so we've loaded that one. In terms of the water, you've got different water, scenery. Again, there's a whole bunch of different things that you can do. It's really nice, and it's, oh yeah, now you can see that's not default X-Plane. This is definitely AutoOrtho, definitely. So yeah, you can play around with it, you know. It's really cool. The other thing that made a huge difference for me is SimHeaven. The SimHeaven stuff, once that guy fixed his initial mistakes and problems, I run SimHeaven on top of my AutoOrtho, and it puts all the houses and the trees. It's almost like the AI Shark AI thing that they have in 2020 that puts all the autogen, the trees and everything in place, you know. So it really enhances everything. So SimHeaven with AutoOrtho, it's a must-have. The other thing is like, what did I call it? What did I call it? Let me just go find the name quickly. Global range. Forests, the Orbx global forests. That really enhances the trees and stuff that you get, you know. So in the areas where you don't have SimHeaven and their trees, that obviously fills in everything nicely. AutoOrtho is free. It's completely free. The only cost to it is your sanity and your time, because it takes a minute or two to understand how it works and then install it correctly. But once it's in, I mean, as you fly, it downloads the tiles and it puts the imaging for you.
Initially, first time you fly somewhere, need a reasonable internet connection. So it can download those tiles. Then obviously those tiles remain on your hard drive until you delete them. So you can fill up your hard drive quite nice with it. Mac, did you see there's an alternative to AutoOrtho available now? I can't remember the name, but it was on one of the Facebook groups the other day. No, didn't see that.
Yeah, no, it's some other group of guys, you know, getting in on the chase there. But the guys were complaining the resolution of the textures were not that great. 153 nautical miles on
1,000
top
to
of
level
descent.
off.
Just
There'll be one patch where you might get some clear skies. Roughly around where Paul lives, I think.
okay.
Pole Hill. Otherwise you can have a thick cloud there.
I
You
saw the
won't see
radar.
the ground. Yeah.
I saw the radar. It's great. Let me put it up here for the guys that you can also see. So that's me, the yellow aircraft over there. But look at the rain. It stretches all the way south to north. Hello, Dave. Oh, that's the one I was talking about, Dave. Mac, it's called map enhancement. That's the name of the thing.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. I watched the videos and I read the comments in the Facebook page, and the only negative that I picked up was the guy said that it's not as crisp and clear on the graphics as the other one. Hello, James. Welcome. So, I don't know. VisualXP, that's interesting. Okay, look, what do you use? Do you use the default cameras or do you use X camera? Okay, so try this. Just make let's do this. Make a copy of your preferences file in the Zibo folder. Make a copy somewhere outside, on the desktop somewhere. Then delete that file and start the Zibo. See if it helps. Otherwise, just re-download the Zibo and get the default preferences file, because it saves it in the default preferences file. That's the one thing. The next thing you need to do is check that the file in the folder is not read-only. Okay, and that's about all it can be, because really it should be that easy to save it and to back it up. Also check that your antivirus isn't blocking you from accessing the file. Very important. Safe flight, enjoy, Christer. Hello, Rodrigo. Thank you, Christer. Mac.
Yes.
Christer says that map enhancement is heavy on the resources.
Ah, right.
Hey, Wycliffe. Enjoy all the work. Man, you have to wear sunglasses in this place, otherwise you'll get cloud blindness. Okay, Chase, have a good day there. Well, we just had the weather update, so it looks a little bit better now, Thunder. But yeah, the big thing is we flew on 360 on Saturday. Now it's 280. So SimBrief knows something we don't. I think we might be lucky, you know, to be kind of in the middle or something. Yeah. I don't like gardening or painting, I promise you. I very, very easily get contractors and just get it over with. Yeah. No, the only thing I do in terms of gardening, Krister, is I take the hose pipe and I just go and stand there for like 10 minutes and put some water on the flowers, my wife's roses and things, and make sure that she's happy, they're happy, turn off the tap, go back in. And then I use the 10 minutes to just clear my mind a bit. That's all I do there.
Ready for descent procedure.
And Joshua, sorry, no idea. I asked a question 3 weeks ago, and the question is just lying there in the server. Nobody's responding, so I don't know. Yeah, me too. Let's see. Throttles are still working. It's a good check, so we know up until now it's still working. Thunder, do me a favor, remind me every now and then to just move them if I forget, because then maybe we can see if they die again. Maybe it's a special stage of the flight, you know, a certain segment that we can then narrow it down to. Hello, Euro Texan. Oh, that's very possible. That's very possible. Rounding has always been an interesting thing in the Zibomod. Zibo obviously does his thing, and Sunbrief does their thing, and sometimes there's little discrepancies, but I haven't noticed what you just said. That's actually very interesting. No, I get it. I know what you mean. I'm having a look at it now. Is the descent. Yeah, no, but you're missing the point. At the point of loading, you're standing on the ground, and then what happens? I mean, it's not often, but it is a rounding problem. Sometimes your zero fuel weight is out by 1 or 2, and that's all got to do with rounding, the way Zibo rounds versus Sunbrief. And I mean, when I was talking to Sunbrief back in the day about it, when we created the Sunbrief profile for the Zibo, what we noticed is that they tell you they work on a value of 104, but they don't actually work on a value of 104. It's 104 point something 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 something, and that point something 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 they don't show you, and you don't have access to it, and that little fraction at the end is what causes the discrepancy between when you load it, you know, and you get like a zero fuel weight that's out by 1 or 2. And that is one of the reasons why I sometimes go and change the weight in the rear galley, so that I compensate for that silly fraction, you know, and then the maths don't work. And that's rounding. It's all down to rounding.
I'm going to say with the weights business, it's what you choose as the default in the simulator, what you choose as the default in SimBrief, and actually what you're displaying on your PFDMD, etc. It's recalculating backwards and forwards. So there'll always be a discrepancy.
Yeah, then there's that too. Yes, exactly, Mac. Hello, Flight Simmer X.
looks like another classic one was it VORs? No.
NDBs.
NDBs. And if you had 0.5, Navigraph rounded it down, X-Plane rounded it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's always discrepancies.
Yeah. Christer, I actually use 15 minutes or 15%. I need to go check now exactly what I use. But I always use the drop down, and I always make sure that I put that extra 15 minutes in there, or 15%, whichever one it is. So I go for proper extra. No Flight 7X, there's no news, and Zibo is so busy in the real world right now. Yeah, I don't think he's going to look at X-Plane 11 anytime soon, because now with new X-Plane 12 coming and all, it's a lot of demand on his time, eh? We're dive bombing here. Yeah, Zibo has not mentioned that he's scanning the X-Plane 11 version, so don't think that it's not been discussed even. I'm pretty sure he'll do some updates, but it's going to take time. Unfortunately, it is a reality that at some point in time he's going to have to ditch it. So if possible, you need to start planning around that. I mean, you can't continue flogging a dead horse the whole time. At some point in time you're going to unfortunately have to upgrade hardware and software and stuff just to keep up.
That trigger might happen when 12.1 or 12.2 comes along.
Yeah.
Because they're quite significant updates according to X-Plane.
Yeah. Hey Javier. Lekker man, lekker. Oops, speed brake. Ek sê jou. Ja, dis rain, hè? And we've got icing. Look at it, look at it. Nothing on the wings at least. Yeah, I don't have a problem with 80 at this point in time. Let's move it quickly again. Yeah, everything is working on the throttles and all. Rodrigo, I think what happened last time, the problem I identified at, all in my process of elimination was XP UI PC Plus, the new version that was released. I removed it and then all of a sudden everything worked. So this flight serves as a proof of the finding. If it works now, I'm pretty confident it was all related to that XP UI PC Plus. Thanks, Sander. Yeah. What happened, or what happens is, let me explain, Rodrigo. This information bar at the top needs XP-UIPC. That's how it communicates and gets the information from the sim. If I run my if I run the information bar software, Penny Overlay, that little application, and then I start X-Plane secondly, then it doesn't work. But if I start X-Plane first, and once X-Plane is running, and then I run that little program to talk to XP-UIPC, then it's fine. But that was the, you know, the thing I had to go figure out. Icing seems to be a thing of the past.
I sometimes wonder whether we misconstrue that with icing, with what you get in a real aircraft sometimes, which is slight condensation build-up on the frame inside. And that is because the heating elements don't go completely to the frame.
Yeah.
Transition level. Ready for approach checklist. Flaps 1 set.
Yeah, this is why you need to keep your eyes on the instruments. Don't look outside. You can get disorientated so quickly by looking outside. I never knew until I was there myself how quickly it is that you can feel you're upside down. Promise you. My goodness. The first time it happened to me in the real world, it was freaky. Yeah, literally, it took just lifting your head, looking outside, and the next moment, your whole body tells you you're upside down. And if you don't trust your instruments at that point in time, and forget about the outside, I promise you, you're going to turn that aircraft upside down to get the feeling correct in your body. It is crazy.
To level off.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, the moment you can't see, there's no reference to the ground. The funny thing also that I remember from the old days is if the cloud is kind of moving, you know, the wind's blowing it, if you look at it at the wrong time and you don't have that reference of the ground, I promise you, it messes your mind very quickly. And this is also what happens when you fly at night over open water. You know, that reference is gone. And that's why the guys kill themselves flying over open water at night, is when they don't use the instruments. You just look up once out of that window and it's over. And that's why you have to have an IFR rating, and they teach you all these things, and you have to make sure you know you're not going to kill yourself. Right, okay, so speed brake is armed, auto brake is set. There's our runway, so we can run a little while longer. We can go on to approach already, that's not a problem. Yeah, that's another thing. You don't just look at one point. I was taught you have to scan continuously, because believe it or not, focusing on one single point, it makes you blind, because you get like tunnel vision. You have to continuously scan. You have to move your eyes around. You have to make sure that you get into that habit. So you can very quickly get that tunnel vision. Hello Neil, welcome. So look at that ice build up there now. Hello, Uncle John.
Hello, mate. I've updated that. Thank you for giving me the heads up.
No worries.
I deleted the old folder and dropped the new one in.
Excellent. Yeah, I think that's a good plan.
Well, I've had a nice morning.
Yeah, I heard. Oh, saw.
Send you some pics later. Took the dog round a great big reser.
Okay.
Radio altimeter.
Thank you, Thunder.
Ready for landing checklist. Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for landing.
There's the runway, it seems. Bit of a grab. Yeah, it's still open and available, so if not, why not, kind of a thing. I don't go do VFR, so I'm oblivious to the nightmare that is there, you know. VisualXP is okay. It's not X-Enviro, but it's good enough for what it is, you know, and I really like flying with it at this point in time, must be honest. I had a bit of an issue today to sync up the weather. It didn't get the correct METAR from the server, and then obviously I had the wrong weather inside X-Plane, so it was a bit of annoyance. So I just went onto the NOAA. There's a tick to just put it into the NOAA option, so it gets the weather from NOAA instead of the other guy's servers, and then it worked, you know. So little quirky things like that you just figure out on the fly, but it's okay.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Birch, altitude set.
Hello, Andy. Welcome. The one thing I like about this thing compared to the default weather, right, is you can actually tune your wind gusts and your turbulence. You see these sliders, you can actually make it a little less. So I've pulled mine down a bit because it's so over exaggerated in X-Plane, it's not funny. Anyway, here we go.
500, clear to land runway 06.
And my throttles are still working.
400.
There we go, it's caught on now. To keep my wits about me now. 23 knots on the nose, eh? Scotsman. That was a nice wheelie. It felt like I did a bit of a wheelie there.
knots. 3,000 feet remaining.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for watching.
2,000 remaining.
See now, this is now an interesting thing. Look at the discrepancy between ground level and where we are at. So when we get off the runway here, I just want to see what the actual QNH should be and why we're not on the right one. It's very interesting. I'm not complaining. I mean, it's not something detrimental. We went past that. Oh yeah, well, whatever. Threshold crossing height. Get a bit out of the way there. After landing procedure.
After landing
QNH in real time is 974 at the moment, Nico.
Yeah, you see, look. It currently, because the NOAA is not ticked. Now you tell me why it forgot it. I ticked it, okay? It was running perfectly because I had the same instance at Gatwick, right? So this thing is currently reporting 986. Now if we go and enable NOAA, recheck it, okay, and then apply it. See, look, now it's better. Now we're above ground again. So I don't know how it lost the tick. I'm honest, I have no idea. I didn't click it. It was using NOAA in the takeoff and I was expecting it to stay there the whole time.
Flaps up and set.
Okay, so, but there you see, this is exactly, you know, one of these little quirky things I've picked up with this system. You know, it's, you've got to be awake for this. But there you go, it's fixed. It's easy as that. My favorite weather plugin is Xenvaro, by far. Then it's Active Sky and then it's this one. This one I'm literally using to familiarize myself with it. I said earlier in the stream, I don't think I've used it 10 times since I bought it. So I'm obviously experimenting, seeing what it's doing, capable of doing, and things like that, you know. And that what I've just showed you is just one of the little discrepancy things that I've picked up that's a bit of an annoyance, because you shouldn't be underground when you land. Yeah, could be. Anyway, it's not bad. It's really not bad. I like it. It's nice for what it is and what it does. I want to show you guys something at night quickly. I don't know if it's going to be that prominent in the daytime, but yeah, look in my private hangar, Rodrigo. My settings is in my private hangar. Just go to either X-Plane 11 or X-Plane 12 and look for the weather stuff or active sky stuff, which will be in the weather stuff. You know, my stuff is in there. Just want to quickly park up and go to nighttime after I've switched off and filed everything. Just want to show you the lights. There's this optional checkbox that you can tick to give you a nice foggy, spooky display. It's actually quite nice. Alright, so excellent, welcome. Let's see. Right, so that can go ground services, GPU, ASU, set trucks. Let me help you with that, Linda. Why not? Let's file this flight.
Ready for shutdown procedure.
Unload. Log. Close. So let's quickly first see in daytime if this will have any effect. Scenery. Right, I think it's going to be more value during low light. Let's have a look, see. It's not as prominent as it used to be. Let's just pull it. Actually not showing up at all. Alright, okay, so there you can actually see a difference. So when you enable the tick box over here, you can then set your spotlight and the fog strength. Now in the old days, I remember when I first got this, it was spooky because it would give that complete movie vibe. You know, very spooky. Look at the light shining over there. Doesn't change much, but man, it was a lot in the old days. They must have worked on it, but you can clearly see it changes the way certain things display. There at the back you can also see some of the stuff happening. You know, so it gives that kind of a spooky spray light effect. I'm going to keep it on for now. We'll switch it off later if we have to. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you that because that's really nice. Look at all the lights and stuff. Look, you can see it's more foggy. See that effect that you get, more foggy. And then it's gone. Look at the bloom in the background as well. I'm glad I moved to this. Look, it changes a lot of stuff, eh? And obviously you can make it more prominent or not, you know. Sometimes it's a bit exaggerated. That kind of doesn't look too bad. Let's leave it at that. That's kind of nice. How do you highlight a name like 7 lines up? Is it not just the @ sign, Andy, that you used there? Virtual aviation. I've got AI stuff running here, but I can't tell you about it. Unfortunately, there are AI plugins on my system. I'll tell you one of them. The big one is that's incorporated in the aircraft. If I switch it on, it's in infancy stages, but it literally flies the aircraft from point A to point B, and it starts from cold and dark until it gets to the other side, goes and parks, goes cold and dark. Then after a minute or two it fires up again and it flies back to the original airport, and it's all done in AI. And once I switch that thing on, it will fly until the PC dies, over and over and over again, doing all kinds of tests and nice to haves and stuff. But that's not typically something that you guys will ever see. That's just for us in the background. But that's one form of AI that's busy being, tested and used. I suppose for a flight simulator, as such, it doesn't have much value because it literally takes everything out of your hand and does everything for you. But that's the capability testing, seeing how far you can push it. So guys, that's it.
Thank you, Nico.
Yeah, thank you, Mac. Thank you, Thunder, and thank you to everybody watching and all the likes, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've seen guys mess with ChatGPT and the Zibomod, just users, not us. I've seen guys do all kinds of freaky things, but we'll check how it goes. Thank you, Texan, Dave, bye-bye, Krister, Andy, everybody else, goodbye. Cheers, guys.
Bye, Nico.